It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we have Amon-Ra St. Brown on center stage. No shortage of work for him, sitting second in the league in catches. It's the Lions and the Bills, and it kicks off next on Madden NFL 23.
Downtown between Brush Street and I-375. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002. Today our coverage kicks off with a good one here between the Buffalo Bills and the Detroit Lions. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at our home side in this one, they're squaring off against a very tough unit to throw against.
And this is not one of the better passing offenses in the league to begin with, Brandon. And to illustrate that point, they're down near the bottom of the power ranking, so the focus is going to need to be on possession-type throws. Whether they're trying to use their running backs or tight ends a little bit more, the big thing is to make sure the quarterback gets it out of his hands quickly to his receivers, and they hope to gain an advantage that way.
It's been a tradition since the early days of the NFL, and we're off on Thanksgiving Day in Detroit. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Well, the Buffalo offense ready to bring out their high-powered attack, and at the center of it all, of course, the rocket arm man in his fifth year out of Wyoming, Josh Allen.
You enjoyed watching that game tape, didn't you?
Yeah,
last week's game.
Good. 4 touchdowns, 1 pick.
Now, you were a little upset about the pick. I didn't know if you would play him this week or not if you were the head coach.
Hey, they got the win.
You got the win, so you got to give him another chance?
Give him another shot.
All right, I think the ratio's pretty good. He'll try and eliminate the interception, but he wants to keep that hot streak going, throwing touchdown passes.
Shakir holds it in. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Naeem Hines, his first carry. Our game here in Detroit, a Thanksgiving tradition dating back to 1934. And it is the first of 3 games today, per usual. We'll see the Giants and Cowboys from Dallas after us. And then later tonight, the nightcap, another game with NFC North intrigue. The Pats and Vikings from Minneapolis. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Allen. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful of one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Yeah, boy, now you see him, now you don't. Excellent move. Nice run. Winds up getting about 6. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. He's got to hook up with Diggs. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 16. 21 yards there on 3rd down. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. This is caught. And the Bills are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
Hines, a loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside, but he decided that wasn't enough for him. worked his way back inside, and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they're up to the challenge.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on fourth down, and my goodness, incomplete. An incompletion there on fourth and goal from the 3. And on the opening drive of the ball game, the defense comes up with a goal line stand. Well, they miss an opportunity to put some points on the board on the opening drive. They pass on the field goal. What'd you think?
I'm looking at it from a positive standpoint for them. First drive of the game, they set the tone, right? They go downfield. They let them know how aggressive they're going to be all game long. Even though they don't get it, because it's the first drive of the game, you're not that worried about it. Hey, we got plenty of other opportunities as this game moves on.
They begin the drive with Williams. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. Tre'Davious White that time getting there for the loss. The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Up the middle, it's Williams. Able to bust through the tackle, but not much to show for it. Still inside the 5. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And he is stopped just short on third down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10. Jack Fox out to punt here on fourth down. Back deep, Nyheim Hines. Oh, what a move. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Allen and Knox teaming up there for a Buffalo first down.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
Allen going to fire quickly and get it to Diggs out wide. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. They run with Hines. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a third down and 8. And in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Allen. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
Well, both teams kind of feeling each other out here. And now after 3 drives, we have a score with that field goal.
Yeah, they're still waiting for their breakout drive to come to them, all right? They're using the playbook well. They're looking for that extra section that says touchdowns instead of field goals. But they'll take the 3 for now and try and get set up for more later.
Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. And they almost to a man, told us how excited they are to be playing in this traditional Thanksgiving game. But we have to remember, this is a team that lost on Sunday. Now they get a very quick turnaround to play again. How difficult is that to do?
It's difficult under any normal circumstance when you're coming off of a loss and you have a quick turnaround. The first thing is to put the loss behind you and move forward. But when you're playing on Thanksgiving Day, everyone's watching you. It's an added bonus, though, because now you put the loss behind you. Get that taste out of your mouth, because the taste you want is victory, turkey, and pumpkin pie.
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Well, this defense for the Bills, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. 2nd down at 4. The Lions at 0-10 now on the year. And you kind of have to wonder, CD, where their heads are at with all of the struggles that they've had.
I would agree.
And he coughed it up. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And that play just looked a little helter-skelter from the start. That's the risk as a quarterback. Once you take off with that football, you might fumble it, and he did.
And he was going for the reward, which is gaining yardage, breaking down the defense. But you're right about the risk. Always lurking out there, someone always trying to get to the football. Try to find a place to cover up and slide and protect what you earned.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Bills with a football as we start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 2nd and 10. On play action, Allen. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Davis. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Allen off the play fake. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
You know, thinking of this Thanksgiving Day game, Charles, for years we've heard the talk, why don't we open up these Thanksgiving Day games instead of just being Detroit and Dallas every year, give other teams a shot to host? I know you're kind of like me, a bit of a traditionalist, but what do you have to say to that, CD?
I think it's a great argument, and the league could support it quite well, where you could move games to different spots and still be very successful on Thanksgiving Day, but you're exactly right.
Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up.
So now on 4th down, Sam Martin on to punt for Buffalo.
Back deep, Khalif Raymond. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And the Lions will take over.
Goff in this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10.
At their own 27. A little jet sweep to start the drive. Good footwork at the 30. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Goff a handoff here to Swift.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Throw left left side, complete. That's right. On the move past the 40. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. They'll fake the give. Now Goff. Complete to right. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
We always hear from coaches how much they like to run crossing routes because they want to hit the receivers on the go, get them the ball, keep them moving. How about when you hit a tight end that way? Okay, the receivers are going to run past you most of the time. The tight end, they can do their damage a different way, break a few tackles and really scatter some.
Open man, and he's got Williams. Touchdown, Lions. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Lions have taken the lead. And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs. And I think they're going to at least take a look at this. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds. And obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was Jamison Williams wrapping things up with a touchdown. No return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. And Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November, but they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Allen from the gun on 3rd down. That's complete to the running back, Nyheim Hines. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On play action, Allen has his man. It's Shakir. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards that time and a Bills first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Allen. Trying to lay one up deep. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Call the covers that time to slow down. It's been the main source of offense against them thus far. Got to find a way to slow down that ball in the air.
Now Allen. And that is caught. It's Davis. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 33. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Allen going to throw. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Second and 11 now. Here's Allen to throw it. Able to get away. They lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
So many times we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the margin shrinks a bit as back-to-back drives here for him and with field goals.
Yeah, we know no one's turning down 3, especially in the first half, but you've got to finish these drives in the end zone. That's got to be a priority. Nice to have a reliable kicker, but outside of his agent, you know you'd rather him kick 1-pointers instead of 3-pointers.
So here are the Lions to take over. They're looking to do anything to break this 10-game losing streak. It has been a tough one for them to swallow. They do have the lead right now and the football 1st and 10. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of it.
And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss and just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. Now a 1st down throw. Gone. And that is incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
On 2nd and 10, Goff. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Here's Jack Fox now,
as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 13. Throwing to start the drive. Allen going deep for Diggs. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take down from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
Shakir hauls it in.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
1:52 to play until halftime. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Play action. Now it's Allen. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. And bringing it in, it's Davis.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Now it's Hines, and he gets the 1st down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but 3rd and short definitely was a great time to dial one up.
1st down, and they're going to throw with Allen. This will be caught just inside the 10. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's second down. Here's Allen. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half. But the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them up the scoreboard here.
Throwing is Allen on third. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
The kick by pass is good. And the Bills have come back to regain the lead. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken in at the 3. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 up to the 33. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with only 9 seconds remaining, with not much time, we'll see how they play this. On 1st and 10, Goff. No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And he brings it back. Can you believe it? An offensive disaster on the final play of the first half.
They just had to hold on to the ball.
Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Some great games coming up on Sunday, highlighted by a 1 o'clock matchup in Miami. A good test for the Dolphins as they'll square off against the visiting Houston Texans. More good stuff later in the afternoon, one being down in the desert, where it'll be the Cardinals at home in Glendale. Out on the West Coast, more good stuff in the late afternoon as we'll be watching the game at SoFi Stadium. Well, it will be the Chargers. Then on Sunday night, a big one in the NFC to wrap up the holiday weekend. The Packers and Eagles from the Link. Coverage at 8:20 Eastern Time. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for Buffalo in that first half. And it's been the passing game that's been the story. They have feasted on this secondary to the tune of 200-plus yards already through 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Lions, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit. Final adjustments being made in both locker rooms. They are just about set to get back to football in Detroit. And for the call of the second half, we'll kick it back up to Ford Field and Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. Here comes Khalif Raymond from his end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told him exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Another try after the first down sack. Goff sliding out of the pocket.
He'll go right back to St. Brown.
It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
And a good job defensively. They stopped him short of the first at the 32. Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. A field flipper there, a 47-yard punt coupled with a loss on the return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. Allen's throw here taken in by Knox. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
11 yards and a Buffalo 1st down. To throw, it's Allen. Looking for Knox on the crossing route. It's complete. On the move past the 40. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. This is Hines. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
Now they'll get the yardage on the run and get 15 more for good measure.
Yeah, that wasn't too difficult to spot. You heard the sideline erupting, and the flags came out almost immediately.
Allen going to give this one to Singletary. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew for a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. To the air, Allen. Touchdown! Khalil Shakir. A 7-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to extend their lead. And now Sean McDermott's made the call. They'll go for 2. Allen will try to throw for it. And he will get into the end zone to bump the lead up to 3 scores. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they're always talking about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
They'll start on the ground with Swift. Swift is hit, and he coughs it up. He finds some up, and nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Detroit. Badgley on for the extra point. It's up and good, so they claw back into it, 24-14 now. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. 1 play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. So here are the Bills to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak and right now looking good in this one as well. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They begin the drive with Hines. 42 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
That was pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Meanwhile, Allen's throw complete to Shakir. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, 21 yards. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
12 yards that time, and a Bills 1st down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for some pressure right. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. Here's Hines. And he's got the 1st down as he gets it to the 8. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. They run again with Hines. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Hines, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Nyheim Hines, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Here's Raymond bringing it out. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. And Detroit getting set to go now. Partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last time that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Goff. Wright's got it. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 44-yard line. Here's Goff. He'll take a shot for the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Goff now looks to throw. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them for keeping them under 200 today.
Brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And this defense will take over right at midfield. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
If you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
On 2nd down, right back to Hines. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. Hines. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to take it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Now Allen off the bootleg. They'll roll him out right. Caught right side, Davis. Touchdown, Bills. Gabriel Davis, 32 yards. And the Bills are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead is now 24. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Gabriel Davis. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Time for another look at this Lions offense. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here. Things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season. But in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. Throw over the middle. He finds Williams. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's right. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They'll fake the give. Now Goff. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in position to dictate to the offense.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Goff throwing again. Over the middle, complete. It's Mitchell. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 30.
A gain of 17 yards. That's another.
To throw is Goff. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Von Miller in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. Throwing on 2nd and long. Goff. And the pressure gets to him again. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in his ball game.
So that's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
So now following the sack, Goff and the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone now, Goff. Right side to Williams. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
2nd down and 8. Goff now looking to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's now 4th down.
Desperation time for Goff on 4th. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. And the Bills getting set to go. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continue to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But let's see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. On 3rd down, it's Hines. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 106 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Singletary, they'll go up the middle. And he'll work this one out to about the 38. That's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps for these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
Holding offense.
That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo 1st. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. This was a really nice display, Charles, of complimentary football, especially how much they were humming in the second half to pull away and get the victory. Really a complete performance.
And so much fun when you're able to have everyone contribute both sides of the ball. You go back in the locker room and you just savor it, right? Because that's what football's all about. A true team game, and they got it done in this one.
So for Buffalo, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4. And they'll get a few days to savor this one before they take on the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for Detroit, the losses continue to mount as they drop to 0-11 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville.